collection. It's actually like, oh, okay, that's your frills.
Oh, interesting.
All right.
He's gonna make a coat next.
Lonnie's not here, so I'm counting on you. Okay.
I miss the cues all the time.
Okay. On 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hi.
Welcome everybody to another episode of
Be Uplifted.
Pew, 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 pew. All right, you guys, welcome back to another episode. We are super excited because we have Jasmine back, but if you see, there is a brand new guest that we have today. Go ahead and introduce yourself. Actually,
oh, not the deep voice.
Let's go ahead and let Jasmine.
Not the deep voice.
Wow.
He did the nighttime voice.
Jasmine, go ahead and introduce him so he can introduce himself. You know what I'm saying? Like, give him a little opening for his introduction. Go ahead.
Okay, y'all. This is my husband's, my man's.
Go ahead. You can say your name now. I'm like, go ahead.
I'm Gabe. Everybody call me Too Easy.
Oh Lord.
Oh.
Hey,
You see how charming
note to editor,
he is?
when he says his name, can you put in the instrumental for Boys to Men?
I know, right? That voice, though. Okay, we see what got her. Okay.
No, I'm gonna put.
Baby, I'm sorry.
Like
Hey, baby.
Easy does it. We want easy.
There you go.
We want easy.
Hey, can you say that for me real quick? Please forgive me for all the wrong I've done. Please forgive me.
Please forgive me for all the wrong I've done, baby.
Damn, you can't be mad at that. Shit.
Okay.
Maybe
I knew about
I
it.
think you guys need to put
I
more
just
bass in
didn't
your
care.
voice in this episode.
This is a perfect episode for that voice, so I'll let it ride.
No,
You're right. You're right.
Note to editor. This mic needs a little bass boost.
He's the editor. By the way.
Right.
I'm just gonna be talking to Lonnie the whole time. Moist.
All right, you guys. So back by popular demand, we've heard that you guys have missed the nasty bastos talk. So we thought we'd throw him right in.
Yeah.
So this is the first time, as you guys know, him guesting on the podcast, and we had to kind of give him a disclaimer that it's like no holds bar. We talk about all the things. So we're throwing.
So
him in.
what is your favorite whip? What is your favorite paddle? No, I'm just,
Whipped cream. Hey, I got it. See? Okay, so first thing is you got to talk right into the mic. You know, sexy voice into the mic. So we all know, like, even as adults. So, okay, I wanted to title this, like, Sex Ed for Adults just because it's kind of like a spew of questions that's just going to be fun to kind of discuss as we always do. You know what I mean? Because as adults, we're still learning, right? We're still experiencing, and there's always time to talk about fun sexual stuff.
Like the fourth hole.
Yep.
Okay, so I don't know if you watched that episode, but we are trying to figure out what this fourth hole is that they talk about on TikTok. Do you guys know? So supposedly there's a group of girls that are like super fine, and they're like, nah, you only get access to the 3. And then the not so fine girls like, I'm going to give you the fourth hole, though. What is your theory on that?
I have no theory.
I think it's just like not rage bait, but it's just like bait for you to comment.
yeah, so that
Clickbait,
people can put
yeah.
like,
That
what
was
is
our
the
theory,
fourth
too,
hole? Yeah.
but we wanted to see.
Because the fourth hole?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, the urethra.
Ew. That's what we said. I was like, gross.
No, well, I had that hypothesis that it was the throat because not all girls can give access to the throat.
That's true. Oh, that's right. You did say that. So it's like the hole, but then the hole in the hole. Okay.
Your epiglottis.
Past that.
No,
Wow.
Yeah.
that's when you don't want the
Wow.
pain of the birth.
Yeah. Past the epiglottis.
All right, moving on. Okay.
That's intubation. That's intubation at that point. Sorry.
This is not the science episode. Okay. Just kidding. All right. So, first question. How has your view, since this is sex ed for adults, right?
Okay.
How has your view of sex changed throughout the years?
Oh, I hold it right at my chest so I get that point of view.
Got
It
it.
used to be on the tripod, but now I'm an adult
So you be doing the POV.
and I get those Meta glasses. Meta, sponsor me.
Anybody else? Nobody wants to answer how their view of sex has changed over the years?
For me, I feel like with your person, there's some things, I guess, if they're not comfortable with it, is off limits, but there shouldn't be anything off limits.
So you feel like as an adult, there's nothing off limits. Is how
Yeah,
yours has
with your
changed.
partner, you know.
Yeah, of course.
I think
Try
I think
any and
younger.
all things.
I think younger version of me was. I looked at it from more of a selfish point of view.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it
was
was all
actually
about
gonna
me.
say that.
Absolutely.
It's as an adult, like it's more about giving than getting.
Receiving,
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have anything to add to that?
I'll stand up in it.
Stand up in it.
I mean, like
I
you
haven't
said,
tried that
it's
position.
definitely, like for me, like I would say, it's changed far as the selfish aspect versus getting my enjoyment, my pleasure out of it. Versus, I mean, because let's be real, the man should always come second.
Okay.
I'm just saying,
Clock it.
you know. So the reason it's,
We had a conversation about this earlier and why you should not be. Never mind. We'll talk about that later. Remember in Cancun?
oh yeah, But yeah, like I said, yeah, definitely she should or your partner should always come for, I don't know what kind of podcast this is. Your partner should definitely, you know,
You can say come first.
win that race.
No, because he was gonna say she. Instead, he's changed it to partner.
Oh, just in case.
just
yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
Yeah, I
people
got
have
that.
different partners.
She.
He or she or they,
Them.
them.
Oh, so
Them.
in the midst of things, if I identify, I can go first. Oh, there you go. Sorry, babe. Today I identified.
As the female,
As
so
the
I go
female.
first. Oh
I know
man,
we
not
talked
us
about-
getting
we talked
canceled.
about like role playing, but not gender.
Role
It's an interesting
What
way.
if, what if you guys role played and switch roles?
Hey,
Like,
It would be like Usher's song "Trading Places."
yeah.
We
like
could do
you'd
that.
Sit, like you'd sit on the couch with your little martini, and she'd come up, hey fool.
She just comes up and pegs you.
Yeah. Whoa.
That's the fourth hole.
That's
Okay.
the fourth hole. What's up with you and they don't ever spill, and they both spilled today.
Yeah.
Do you need to get something?
Yeah.
He got excited when I talked about pegging. You see that?
He might want to try it.
I think for me, sex over the years, I've always been a what's it called? Like a chronic monogamous. Like I'm always with my person for a very long time. I've never gone through like the hoe phase or like anything like that. So I think this is maybe like this might be a hot take that people don't appreciate, but I think now I feel like it is okay to go through like a selfish phase in your sex life. Like I was very, very giving and I'm still that way, you know, but I think like I see too many people, women and men, always worried about the other person. And I know you guys are saying like to be less selfish, but I've seen the opposite in people where it's like they like, for example, like Lonnie has said before, sometimes I don't even worry about me finishing as long as he finishes, you know? And I'm like, sometimes you need to express like you need to get yours too, you know what I mean? And it's okay to express that you have wants and needs and not be ashamed of that, you know?
Yeah. No, for sure.
But being unselfish can actually aid to your being selfish, because if you're unselfish, you'll get it more.
I mean,
Does that
that's
make
if you're
sense?
with a good person, because that's why I'm saying that, because I've seen some of my friends in the past literally like bow down to their men and the men take advantage of them, or vice versa, you know, like the girl is like, whatever, I got mine, you know, and they don't care about taking care of their men, you know, like, oh, pushes his head down and like, okay, good, I'm good. You know, I've seen that happen too. So I think I have the opposite take. I agree with you guys. Don't get me wrong. I think that's most important. But I think as an adult, I look back now and I'm like, you know what? Girls have the right to have fun too. They're allowed to have their freedom and their space to express their sexuality. Because back in the day, I think it was taboo for women to talk about sex, to talk about being sexual, you know, to talk about that they like sex. You know what I mean? Like, I think it's okay now as an adult to express those things, in my personal opinion.
Yeah,
I would agree with you on that. I think as I got older, it was I was more vocal about what I wanted.
Right.
So yeah, I agree with you.
Yes, I guess that's a better way of putting it, is to be more vocal about your wants and your needs.
Yeah.
Can't do it?
It's the hat.
Yep.
well, the hat's what makes me comfortable.
He tried to suit it up for you guys, but
He can't do it.
He's like, it's not me.
Nope. Can't do it.
okay. Tell me a story It doesn't have to be with your current person either. Tell me one of your funniest, most awkward moments during sex or leading up to sex. It could be funny or it could be like, damn, that shit was fucking weird or awkward. Like,
So I'm gonna say this. I feel like when you have a partner that you can have fun with, especially during sex, I think it makes it more comfortable. I know there's a lot of times that we'll be having sex and we might bust out laughing.
yeah. It should be that way.
Yeah, and then there's times like me, I'm a very mental person, so there's certain things that can't be on, like the TV or something.
Yeah.
And I remember this one time, I think he left a comedy on. And they said something, and we just started busting out laughing.
It's not like Kevin Hart or something.
Oh my God, no.
It was the Ricky Smiley.
Oh my God, I know exactly which one you're talking about.
Yeah. He was saying something, and we just both
Not
started.
that in the background.
Yeah, we just it was on Netflix.
Yeah,
right. It was on
Yeah,
Netflix.
I
We was
remember what it
Netflixing and
was.
chilling. Oh, you remember? Okay, what was it?
It was something along the lines of how,
Talking to Mike.
something along the lines of like how, say you have a gay child or whatever, and they come out the closet. How white people come out the closet and are actually happy for them versus like black people or anybody else that come out the closet. And the joke was, "Hey, where's Keisha?" And then he was like, she in the back calling herself liking pussy.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's what it was. And we just started busting out laughing. I was like, okay, turn this off.
And it was just, we had to turn it off. It was
I couldn't concentrate after that.
I got called out one time when the TV was on, and she's all, "Dang, you go hard during commercials." I was like, "Oh,
Oh no.
my bad."
Not her noticing. That's crazy.
Yeah, I was like, "Dang, I should have paid for the premium."
Oh
Wow.
Yeah,
No ads around
ads,
here.
yeah.
Okay. I think we need to run back one of your stories that got the most views back in the day. That was an awkward, funny sexual moment. Can we retell that story? And then you can tell another one too if you'd like. But
That was probably the funniest one.
Okay.
The pee story?
yeah. So if you guys are new to the channel, on our first season, was it the first season? I think it was first or second season. Pretty sure it was the first. We were telling stories, and I had made a reel of this particular clip of story that he told, and it was like one of the most viral ones just because it was very ridiculous. So go ahead and retell.
I think we're in the middle of it, me and this girl, and then it just happened, and I was drunk, and I was like, I whispered in her ear, I go, "I think I peed." that was it. I mean, it was like one of those things. Now I look back and go, damn.
Like, did you pee in her or on her
No, like off,
Or
to,
while
off,
you
off to
were-
the side.
while you guys were having sex?
Yeah.
Like,
Wait,
I can
it
pull
was
that-
off to the side, and you still had to contemplate that. So like,
think
you had to pull
No,
out
no, no,
eight to the side, and then
no, no.
I
Drunk,
think I'm
though.
peeing.
No, because I had to play it off mentally in my, you know what I mean? You had,
how do you play?
you couldn't say like you were a 2-pump chump.
Oh,
Right.
That's, okay, I remember now. That's why it was funny because the lead up was you stopped but you said that you peed, but you didn't really pee, right?
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
just-
yeah.
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 So he didn't actually pee. He was a 2-pump chump in that moment, and he
Yeah.
told her instead of admitting that or saying some
I
other
said-
excuse,
Need
he
to
said
reset.
he peed.
Hit the reset
Like,
button.
Yeah.
like of all the things you could have said, you said that you peed.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it. Okay.
Oh, see, the way I remembered it, because I tend to tune things out, was he didn't like it anymore, so he just peed in her and pretended that he came.
That's what I thought it was too. But you're right. That's what it was.
No, you're right. That's I know.
Now that you said it, yeah.
That's actually really impossible. I'm not gonna
Okay,
talk
stop with the science.
Yeah, no,
medical
because
term.
at first
It's-
when you said it, I was thinking medically, like,
Yeah, how?
wait,
It's
that
impossible.
doesn't- right?
Yeah.
Right, because you can't do both at the same time.
Right.
Well, yeah, it's not impossible if you're faking it.
Right.
Okay.
Like I'm
well,
not saying
yeah.
that you came and peed at the same time. I'm saying you peed just to stop
because you didn't wanna have
like
sex
maybe she
anymore.
didn't smell good or
Yeah, no.
you know Futurama was about to come
He was
on.
getting too close to his number.
Yeah, 2. 2, apparently. 1, 2. Oh, damn. You know what?
One, oh, I need a break.
What about leading up to sex? Have you ever like started messing around with a person and something like really awkward happened that kind of just like fucked up the mood because it was like,
So it wasn't before. It was actually during when I was getting head, and she couldn't do the fourth hole,
okay.
so she choked and then she coughed, and then like boogies came out.
Oh my God.
That was pretty funny. Because it was just.
But
the
then
snail trail.
that made you like stop. You didn't want it anymore.
No, it was
then she
just
threw
funny.
up?
I just kept going.
okay,
Yeah.
okay.
No, that was a different girl. That was when I was driving, and then like
Girl
because of
threw
a,
up on his dick.
yeah. So I was driving. I had my CRX. It was a lowered car, right? So suspension was bad. Mirror Mesa, it has bad potholes,
Yep.
right? Hit one and threw up on me. And the nicest and worst thing that she said at the same time. Do you want me to keep going?
Oh my God, not after the throw up. That's crazy.
So like, yeah, obviously, make it worth it.
That's crazy. How about you, Queer Rich? Have you had anything like awkward leading up?
Okay, well, being that I am older than 48, being older, sometimes it's just, it doesn't work as well as it used to work. Sometimes some person would be like in the middle, like when you start, oh, I gotta go pee, and I'm like, no, because when you come back, it's gonna take me like an hour to get that shit fucking back up. Yeah.
So that was an awkward thing for you?
Yeah, that's always an awkward thing for me.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So that still happens.
Yeah, somebody likes to pee a lot.
Oh, got it. She's trying to prevent UTI, Mr. Science, you know? That's what's going on there.
Right.
I'm like, damn.
How about you two? Any stories of an awkward moment, like previous or current, that like was like, okay, I'm not really in the mood, or that shit was weird, kind of a thing?
I don't think it's ever been like made it to where we weren't in the mood. It would just
No, I mean like previous, like not necessarily not with each other, like an old back in the day, like man, that shit was fucking weird.
Ooh, do I have a story from back in the day? I don't know. I have to think. Come back to me.
Okay. You can't think of a single female that did some weird shit on you that you were like, ew, I'm not into that no more.
He was like, well, yeah, yesterday.
Jasmine.
That would be me, and no. Oh, what are you talking about?
That was fun.
Yeah, it's usually fun. Always fun. I say usually, always.
Walked around sniffing my upper lip the other day.
Okay.
He said,
All right.
Oh, wow.
Hey man, hey, into the mic. No, I'm not. I have another one if you guys want.
yeah, go tell
go
another one,
Yeah.
because they're going blank, but you guys
So
have
there,
to come
okay,
up with
so
something.
it's not a big story, but yeah, there was one time where
Your stories are never
her wig came off
Oh.
and she picked it up and she like used it like a pom pom or something.
Oh
Like,
my God.
I was like, oh okay. Like she,
Interesting.
yeah, I was just like,
So she like waved it around while she
Yeah.
was riding you almost?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting.
Okay, I have a story.
Okay.
I remember now. Okay, there's this time where this person was like on my bumper, like, oh, I want to take you out, I want to do this, I want to do that, blah 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 blah. Okay, whatever. And it took a minute, and I was like, okay, whatever. Let's see. Like, you've been trying to talk to me for whatever, for however long. Finally, like, get to be with the person, and they can't get up at all. Like,
Damn.
not even a little bit.
That's awkward.
And so it was like continually like trying to give me head, but I was like, okay, but what's up with
Down there.
down there? What's going on? And he was like, oh, like, I was like, yeah, you know what? I immediately called somebody. I was like, come get me.
Damn.
Right now, come get me. I'm
He
I'm
cried
good.
himself to sleep that
Probably.
night.
Oh,
whoever.
yeah, facts.
That's
He
crazy.
was probably like an hour after you left. He's like, now you work.
Yeah,
Right,
that's exactly
right,
what
right.
came up to my mind.
I mean, maybe he's like, some people get like really nervous,
Performance
too nervous
anxiety.
to
Yeah.
to perform or whatever. But yeah, that was like your one time.
That's too bad.
Yeah, that
he
was
had his
your
chance and
you
his
had your
shit
chance.
fucking
That was-
betrayed
yeah.
him.
I was like, all right, bye. And I like literally never talked to him again after that.
Have you ever, or did you think of a story?
It was a time. Well, yeah. So it was before us.
Obviously.
Like, I'm not worried
I was
about
talking
it.
to this female, and like, of course, she approached me and everything, and it was I want this, that, and third, and she made it very clear, like it wasn't gonna be relationship or not. It just, hey,
This is what I
need
want.
this, let's go. I was like, I'm not typically that guy. But I was like, you know what? All right, cool, whatever. Hennessy.
That'll do it.
Every time. So we went to her crib, and like as she opened the door, and like she has cats. That already was. I was like, I'm good. Yeah. Oh well, but got to see it through my boy. And then so she started getting her dress and everything, and it was like a overwhelming
Stench.
yes. I was like, you know what? I can't do this, but I'm like the kind of guy I am. I can't just tell you, hey, I'm out. You got to fix that, whatever. So I
I
sent a
forgot I'm
text
gay.
message.
My bad. And it just
So I
bounced.
sent a text message to one of my homeboys.
Oh no, to do the emergency
I
call.
sent the 911 out. I'm not gonna. It wasn't even one of my homeboys. It was our group chat.
Oh, okay.
So somebody called somebody. I don't care. Somebody. And it was like 2-3 in the morning. So I ride bikes and everything. So called 911. Somebody went down or something and sure enough, my boy. God, I'll say his name.
I mean, it's up to you.
Well, you know him, now, Iceman. He came through. Damn.
Saved you from a fishy time, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, and I gotta go away. My partner just went down.
And then you never called her again, huh?
No, we're not doing that.
We're not doing that.
Doing that.
That's so funny.
That ain't it, Chief.
Okay. So one time, this one's not as crazy, but like I remember it really made me cringe. I was not really messing around, but me and this guy were hanging out, and I think I've shared this story before, but a long time ago, just in passing. We were hanging out and like drinking at the house and things like that, and he was like. He asked me to like come over to him or whatever, and I was like okay, and I was like okay. We were drinking and we like started like making out where I was like on top of like his lap, like facing him, and he started rapping that one song slow motion for me while I was and I was like, is this motherfucker for reals right now?
I like it like that.
He literally said that to me. So I'm like, I'm like starting. First of all, I was kind of like you, where it was like I hadn't really I was giving him a chance, So
Right.
that alone was like, you're lucky to be with me right now because I was not even really that into you, but because I'm a nice person, I wanted to give you a chance. Let's try it, right?
Right.
The drinks started flowing. I'm like, all right, we could get it, whatever. And then as soon as he did that, he literally did that. He went, I like it like this.
I would have got up immediately.
I did get up immediately. I was like, oh, we ain't doing that.
Right.
I was like, oh my
was it
God.
Filipino?
No, he was mixed. He was half black, half white.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, so it would
he
be
was
funnier if he had a
awkward.
Filipino accent.
know, right?
Slow motion for me. Slow. Oh, I like it like that.
I like it like that. So that was really awkward. There was another guy that I messed with. This was the only time I messed with him, but it was because, okay, maybe this is mean because he couldn't help it, but I went to go give him head. And he had a really, 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 really skinny penis. So I didn't know what to do with that. When I tell you skinny, it was like is there something wrong? Like, I've never seen something like that.
Like you could
before.
tie it in a knot or something.
It was like put 3 pencils together or like 2. It was, I've never seen
That's
such
thick.
like maybe it was even like my finger. It was like, and you know, like I'm
Lucky?
I'm trying to give this guy head, and it was like a straw in my mouth. You know, no, it
Like floss.
was literally like me going like a fucking
Like a boba straw.
yeah, and I was like, and so you know, there are certain moves you do like when you give head, and I'm like, this feels so awkward because I feel like I'm giving head to like a straw or something. Like it was so awkward. So I went down there, I started giving him head, and then I couldn't do it. I like got up and I was just kind of like, oh my god, I gotta get home. I'm in trouble, you know, or something like that. Like my mom
Was he
needs
Filipino?
help. He was actually white. He was white. He was on the basketball team. So I thought, you know, like he has some flavor in him. I was like, okay, he probably got it like that. No, he didn't. He really, it was, till this day, I've never seen anything like that ever in porn and like nothing. Like,
Nothing.
It's an interesting, but the weird thing is he slept with a lot of girls. So it was kind of one of those
Because
things.
he was on the basketball team.
Probably, but you know what? Maybe that's why it was always like one hitter quitters because people would be like, "Oh, like you ain't messing with that again," and we wouldn't really know what was going on. So that's probably why, huh?
They didn't feel it. They didn't know what was going on.
Definitely, that's probably what it. How about you? Oh, you already shared your story. I forgot. Just kidding. Okay, let's see. If you, what are some sex myths that you used to believe when you were young, or misconceptions that you now realize were not true as an adult?
The fupa was the whole pussy.
What?
What?
The fupa.
Oh, okay.
So you
Thought that was the whole
the whole
pussy.
thing. Oh, so you would refer to it as the fupa, the whole pussy, like that's
The
what.
whole pussy.
And then you grew up and you were like, oh shit, that's not it.
It stood for fat upper pussy area.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was today years old.
When you learned that, you
Right.
didn't know that.
Me too.
No, I'm just,
Oh wait, I know what FUPA stood for, but I didn't realize what you just said. The whole
So you'd be rubbing like the top of the belly.
thinking I'm in there. Close, but no dice.
What about you? Quit any misconceptions or
Oh,
myths
I got to think about that. Misconception or myths?
that you were like, as an adult, you're like, oh shit, that's not true.
I have one, and sorry to say, the stereotypes. Like all black men have big
That's a good one.
dicks and whatever case maybe. Yeah.
That's for sure. Because I learned that real quick too.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, they don't all.
I learned
They
that
don't
at
all
boot
do
camp
that.
pretty quick.
or the opposite. Not all Asian men have teenies, you know?
Right.
There's a couple of good ones out there.
Right.
They're not here today.
Then,
but, you know.
They're not. We fit the stereotype perfectly to a
What
T.
is it that you
I am a
guys...
typical Asian. For the record, I am good at math.
I suck at math.
What do you guys talk about? Like, you say that your dick is so small it, like, touches your balls or something like that?
I've peed on my balls.
I peed on your balls.
I've peed on my balls.
Oh, my God.
Have you ever thrown a toothpick in a trash can? Yep.
Like that? Oh, okay. Someone out here might like that. You don't know. You might be turning some chick on right now.
Turning somebody on.
Okay, you're Mr. Science Guy. What did you grow up to learn and be like, oh, shit? Vince, anything? Misconceptions?
I really didn't have any misconceptions.
You just knew it all when you were younger?
No,
You just didn't give a fuck?
yeah. I wasn't assuming anything.
I think when I was younger, mine was, remember we talked about this at one point, the counting method, that was like always effective, you know?
The counting?
Yeah, like so many days after your period, you're guaranteed not to get pregnant. Because it's like supposed to be your ovulation schedule, but as a young person, you don't actually know what that is. So
Right.
me and like,
I mean,
girls
as an adult, I didn't know what it was. That's how I got pregnant with my last child.
but that's a myth that was like,
Yeah.
no, that shit ain't true. Like you could still get pregnant. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So that was one that I had to learn, or I ended up finding out like, oh shit, I got real lucky that it worked out for me for those many years because
Right.
that's the only protection I was using with that guy for years, you know, was the counting method.
It worked until it didn't.
For you? Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew a couple people that got pregnant, or a couple girls that got pregnant because of the counting method. So that's how I found out it actually wasn't true because it worked for me, you know? So I was
Yeah.
like, oh, yeah, that shit's guaranteed. I did that shit for years. Da, 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 da. And girls at my work were like, no, it's not. That's when I got pregnant, or that's
Yeah.
how I got pregnant. Yeah.
I know one. Water doesn't make it wet.
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
That's true. Because sometimes shower, like, that water makes it feel weird.
Squeaky.
Yeah, exactly. Still can't think of any? You're too cool. Okay.
Well,
I just watch a lot of
I
porn.
just thought of one. You know, when you're younger and like you said, you watch the Spice Channel and or porn, whatever, and the girls are always having orgasms. So you always think it's so easy to get one of them.
Yeah. Oh, you're right.
Yeah.
But it ain't that easy, girl, to
It's
get
not, it,
Yeah, I'll be thinking she's doing it wrong. Hey,
She's doing it.
all the other girls are having orgasms when they're giving
But
head
they're faking
on the
it.
television. All these VHSs.
That is so true because the amount of moaning they do, even in like
Right.
certain situations, like, damn, that shit must be good, or it must feel good to suck dick because she's fucking
Right.
moaning like crazy, and then you're like,
I'm doing her a favor. So,
It's not about that. That's true.
yeah.
yeah.
I always thought because of porn too that guys could like multiple, like they could get. I know you could go for like forever long or whatever,
They're
but
fluffers.
yeah, like just people think that you can have multiple, like get it up after everyone, like multiple sex sessions in one session type of a thing. How many of those have you had lately? Like 3 or 4 in one session?
The what?
Keep getting it back up, right?
No, I'm
Because you said the last.
I'm
thing you
older
said.
now. I'm one and done. It's a slow process back up.
Hey, at least it still works.
Yeah, it does.
Because you know what? Some people, they're not working at all anymore. So, and your woman is very happy. I could see it with a big smile across her face. So,
Every time I scroll through Instagram, I get the hymns like ad. I'm like, whoa, are you? Do you know me?
do you know me?
Description package.
I see more of those ads than I see my friends post. Oh my God. It sucks.
Oh, another one was for females that like you could only have an orgasm through penetration. But you
yes,
find
yes,
out like,
yes.
oh no, there's the clit. There's, you know what I mean? Like well, that's actually the main one. It's not actually the vajayjay hole, but you know what
Obviously, through the mouth.
I mean? Right. I'm supposed to have
Yeah.
an orgasm to give you head. Exactly.
Yeah, or
I know.
either way, otherwise you're doing it wrong.
Yeah, that's right.
Yep.
So if you take anything away, that's right there. Okay. So if you could add one taboo topic to sex ed amongst adults, what would it be? And what would you have to say about it? So, at sex ed, they talk about the anatomy and like this and that. If you could teach a sex ed class and you could talk about one taboo topic, what would it be and what would you say about it?
Anal is the new abstinence.
I was gonna say something about anal too, but yeah, I
I
mean,
think we were all thinking.
I was
well,
definitely gonna say something about anal.
yeah, I was too.
I just don't think sex. I mean, I don't think sex ed teaches fun.
Well, that's why that's the imaginary scenario. Stop
well,
being
I mean,
boring.
well, because humans are the only creatures that actually have
Do sex for pleasure.
Have sex for pleasure,
Right.
Except
So
for
you-
dolphins and monkeys.
Dolphins and monkeys.
They do it for pleasure.
I think I knew about the dolphins one. I didn't know monkeys too.
Yeah.
Well, I've seen. I could kind of believe that because you see those videos where
Yeah,
they
for
be
sure. They be
giving
getting it in,
head
yeah.
and
When I went to the zoo, I went to the zoo like recently for one of the last field trips that the boys had, and there were what are those animals? Ferret? No, not ferrets. What are the animals in Timon and Pumbaa?
The meerkat?
Meerkat. So they're the meerkats, and they're so cute, right? So we're like, oh my god, look at the meerkats! And there's these meerkats in the corner, and they're just like going at it. And then the kids, because they're like 8 and 9 and 10, right? They're like, oh, you guys look, they're wrestling and having piggyback ride. He's on her back, like whatever. And me and the
Aw,
moms
so
are like,
innocent.
let's go to the
Right,
go to
let's
the other
move
one.
along.
Yeah, move along. But they're like, no, we want to watch them. I'm like, oh my god, they look like they were having a good ass time. So maybe they do it for pleasure too. But what were you gonna say about that?
No, you add that to the topic. In sex ed,
Oh, about
the
Have
pleasure
fun with it.
aspect of it. Yeah.
Okay. I think you should add how to give good head and how to give good head for. I know everybody likes it differently, but like general things, like you don't like there's a certain way that you rub the clit that's not like overly aggressive, you know, or like don't bite on the guy's penis, you know, because these are things that like children talk about amongst themselves and they think they know what the fuck they're doing, and it's like you really don't know what you're doing. Like, stop it.
I would say, especially for women, be vocal about how you like it. Like, stay right there.
Yes.
Don't move. Do that. Like stuff like that. But then too, for the guy as well, like a lot of guys will take the head biting instead of saying like, hey, you're doing too much.
Right.
Too much teeth, baby.
Right.
Also, ladies, there is a time that you should stop sucking.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I don't understand why.
Okay, but like I was trying to say, do you communicate that?
Right. Exactly. You have to tell them.
You have to tell them. Or I have also, how do you like your head?
Yeah. Because guys,
What do
different
you
guys
like?
like it different ways. Yeah. Sloppy. They like that sloppy, knobby.
But you could give it. So what does sloppy mean? So sloppy could be like a lot of spit, or I want you like what is that? You know what I mean? Like
Barbecue sauce.
I'm more of a hands-on learner if you want to.
Oh, he's gonna teach you tonight. Don't worry, he'll show you.
I'm already taught.
Lord today.
I'm already taught. So
Well,
Yeah.
taught
So-
well.
Well, we just uploaded a new version, so you got to upload.
got
you
it.
got to upgrade to
Version-
version 2.1.
Exactly.
2.1. Okay.
So, what piece of advice would you give your younger self about sex and sexuality? So, if you were like Jasmine and she's about to be sexually active, or even just her own sexuality, what kind of advice would you give your younger self?
Come back to me.
Okay.
I would say take your time. It ain't really that important. It's not as important as you think it is.
Oh, you mean to like have sex for the first time?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good advice. Take your time, like for the right person, or just take your time and be actually ready. What do you mean by that?
I think both.
Okay,
Be ready, and then
take your time
yeah,
during.
there's nothing. I mean, like you look back and you go, oh fuck, I lost it to that. You know what I mean? So you're thinking about like those choices.
Right.
So it's when you get older, you kind of like you can shrug that off, like whatever that always happens. But I think you take your time as far as like finding that first.
Well, there is that quote, right, that says that women lose their virginity, guys just have their first time, because it's like so like sacred to a woman. It's like they're losing their virginity. For a man, it's just like, oh, I just had my first time, so on to the next, you know? That's why there's that quote. So that's a good piece of advice. How about you, Vince? Any thoughts on like...
Oh, yeah. Don't come in her eyes if she has to drive herself home.
That's a good one.
What?
That's his advice about sex to younger self.
I'm
So
courteous.
whose eyes did you come
No,
in and
okay.
drive home?
No, I
Tell that story.
No, I have a real one. So her getting louder doesn't necessarily mean you should go faster or harder.
Yes. So that is definitely a good one, I think, for the men. When a woman says just like that, they actually mean
Right there.
just like that. It doesn't mean like pound hard, well, unless she's saying how harder, you know, I mean, obviously. But I've noticed that two guys get excited, right? They're like, they get a little, God bless you. They get excited and then they don't do it just like that. They go faster or harder or this and that. And it's
Or
like,
they move.
Or they move,
Yeah.
right. They change it
what?
just a slight bit and it's like, no, that's not what I wanted. Anything?
Take your time.
Okay. How about you?
Kind of like on the to piggyback off. Talking about my younger self. What I
Yeah.
would say, don't brag about the pussy you not getting, because once you do get it, once you meet your match, you're gonna be stuck. Not gonna know what you're doing. You're not going. Just bragging with the boys about
How good you are or something?
knowing good and well you ain't did shit.
That's a good one. I like that.
You're gonna meet your match. That you're gonna meet that one that's really willing to do or give you everything you think you know.
I like that. That's a good one. Because when you meet your match, It's a whole different story.
Yeah, you might finish in your pants before you even take your pants off.
Oh my gosh! Speaking of awkward stories, that was one that I had too. My exes, when I was kissing him, and his whole basketball shorts got wet, and it was because he came while we were kissing. That was really awkward. I was like, "What's that? What is that?"
He said a touch.
Touching bus.
I was like, "Damn."
He said, I think I peed.
I would have been happier with that because I was like, "What is that? Did you? What?"
I have a bladder infection.
Oh my goodness.
How about this? What is the most ridiculous piece of advice you got about sex from someone else? And now that you're older, you're just like, "Oh my God, what the fuck was that person thinking?" Or, "I can't believe I fucking took that advice."
Ooh, that's a good one. I would say I don't think it's like ridiculous. I think it's more of like, you know, the older generation was kind of like a scary topic to really talk about sex or whatever the case may be. And I feel like growing up, it was always said that, you know, if your guy wants anal, he's gay. Like, you know what I mean? Because why do you want my butt? You know?
Yeah.
But, you know, now that I'm older, it's like, okay, like, you know, he likes girls. It's from you. It's a different experience. It's not what it was, like what the older people say.
Yeah, there's certain things that you just don't do is the way that they taught you. And it's like you can be open to anything and still be,
Right.
you know.
I mean, you still have like your boundaries when it comes to sex, but I feel like I'm more open now because of those myths.
Right.
I'm like, wait a minute, no. I'm going to try this.
Right. How about you?
Well, it's not something like I acted on, but it was more like a stereotype. Because when I moved here from the Philippines, I think I told you a story. I had an uncle that told me, "Hey, you want to go to the beach? If you give all the Americans $1, they'll show you their boobs."
No way.
So it got to a point where he kind of instilled in me, like, in America, everybody's just free, you know, like more like, they weren't as conservative as the Philippines would be.
He just made you feel like everybody's out here just like
Getting
hanging
some-
out with their wang out and just like
you can
getting
get it
some.
anytime.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they were more promiscuous.
Okay.
Yeah, so that was like one of those things. Like for a long time, that's what I thought. That
And you realize that's not true.
I'd go to the beach and could be like, I'd see boobs everywhere if I had $1.
And you came and you were just disappointed, huh? You're
I was
"God
like,
damn,
this is.
there's no tits anywhere. And then you found Pacers, and then your dreams came true for a little bit while you were single.
Yeah.
No, actually, you never even went there for the boobs. You went there for the steak.
I went there for the steak.
You're right.
Yeah,
You're right.
I didn't go
you're
there
right.
for the boobs.
We all went there for the steak all the
Yeah.
time. The steaks are actually good.
Well, the boobs are good too. So if you guys are into that,
Yes,
Boobs
yes,
and
yes,
steaks.
yes, yes.
Good. Wings on Wednesdays too, by the way.
Dollar wings.
That's right. What about you, Vince? Any ridiculous piece of advice from like a homie or like a older person that gave you advice about sex or told you something and later on you're like, what the fuck?
I don't think that I had ridiculous advice, but I do have advice for the younger generation. If you do want to give the gift of excitement, and you're willing to record it on your own phone. So ladies, if your man asks you to record something, record it on your own phone. And if they want to see it, say that you'll watch it together. Because I am at a 100% failure rate with my relationships. Now, if I was petty, and I had videos like that, then I might,
Release.
I'm not going to. I don't have, I'll delete it, but not every guy is going to be like that.
No, it's
Yeah.
true. I know people that have done some fucked up
So,
stuff with
yeah.
a picture or two. Yeah. Yeah, that's messed up. That's the reason why I didn't do that until my husband. Because
Yeah.
I was so scared that something like that would get around. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
No face, no case.
that's right. Have you guys gotten any? There's a name.
Yeah, little secret.
Talk later, guys.
New Year's Eve.
See, this is what's messing me up. He's wearing sunglasses and he has this deep voice, so I think he's looking at me when he's saying this stuff. And I'm like, oh, tell me more.
looking intently.
I mean, I don't.
Vince is like,
I
what do
mean,
we do New Year's Eve?
basically, what he was saying was, I don't mind making videos, and we do make videos. But he was saying that on New Year's Eve, I wore this outfit that was very low cut in the back, so like you could see my underwear.
Yeah.
But my underwear had his name on it.
Oh, that's cute. I like that. That's super sexy.
I have the same pair.
I'm gonna need that. Like, where you get that from? I'm gonna get that too for my anniversary next week.
Oh,
Okay.
mine has Vince's name on it.
Oh my god.
It's a very
That
nice
is
surprise.
so cute. So have you guys got ridiculous advice though? Like something a mama and auntie or grandma told you and you were like, fuck, that wasn't even true. I'm trying to think of myself too. I'm like, what Filipino auntie told me some wild
I
shit
think
that wasn't
like
true?
some being scared to use toys.
Oh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Or like they're telling you like if you use toys, your man will feel insecure or something like that.
I think some men do feel insecure
No, it's
though
true, yeah.
when you use toys.
But not all.
I think the reason being is because they feel like it's taking away from what they're doing, but really it's enhancing what they're doing.
It's keeping you in the game longer.
Oh,
Yeah.
here's one. Rough sex isn't for everybody.
No, that's true.
I gotta say that.
That's another porn myth too. Like they be
Getting it in.
Spitting.
Pounding, punching them in the face.
right, and you're like, "Oh, that looks great," and then you try it, you're like, "What is this?"
Yeah, they're asking to get slapped, and then you get slapped, and you're like,
Slapped a little bit
like,
too
bitch,
hard.
I love that. I'm ready to fight you.
Facts.
So have you ever gotten a piece of advice that you tried and then it didn't work out for you? Like someone being like, hey, guys like it when you do this, and then you did it and the guy was like, whoa, like, or vice versa.
No, all the guys liked all the stuff that I did.
Okay.
I don't know. I'd be there. I'd be wanting to choke him sometimes.
Come on.
Yeah,
Come on.
and I'd be like,
it?
"Oh no, I want to mess up his manhood or something. You know, make him feel."
Unless you put too much pressure and you knock them out.
That's fine too.
He said, don't be scared, girl. Do it.
Yo, girl, just make sure my inhaler's right next to the bed, so
Right.
just in case.
I love that answer. Have you ever tried anything, Kuya, that you're like, ooh, shouldn't have tried that?
Yeah, like the whole choking thing. You know,
You don't like it?
No, it's on the girl.
On the girl.
It didn't work out.
yeah. Some girls be like, no. Yeah. Some girls don't like it.
Well, that's like how I figured out the slapping thing, right? Someone must have told this guy that girls like to get slapped across the face because he smacked me across the face, and I was like, "What the?" You know, I actually put my fist up. I was about to fuck him up, and he was like, I'm sorry. I thought I heard that girls like that." I'm like, "I'm not the one. I don't want to be slapped across the face.
Yeah.
That's abuse."
Wait, but when you went like this, was he still in you?
Right.
I don't remember. Did I hop off or like?
Like, hey, what's up with that?
Or you're like flailing because you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
So I was riding him. You're right. Yeah, and then he like did the across the face, and yeah, I think I was still riding him when I flinched. I was like, "Motherfucker!" I didn't say "motherfucker," but I was kind of just like, "What the fuck?" Like, I think I was.
Yeah.
You just made that very traumatizing for me right now. What the fuck?
No facts. We do not like to be slapped in the face.
Yeah.
Okay, so what are
Not with your
some
hands.
sex ed, right? So what are some tips, tricks, and moves that you can share with our listener?
Just the tip is a trick. Use that move.
Yeah.
Like a little tease.
No, I was just using your words. Tips, tricks, and moves.
Oh, okay.
Stand up in it and lean back in it like Fat Joe.
Stand up and lean back.
Well, we did learn that there was a pillow method, and apparently it's not for covering the girl's face to shut her up.
I don't know if you watched that episode, Jasmine, but we had an episode where we were doing myth busting, right? And one of the things that we learned, well, I knew this stuff because I was like reading about it, and I was reading it to them, was the pillow method. There's the pillow method, the knee method. What was the other one? Pillow method, knee method, tummy method. Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So pillows behind your back, right?
Yes.
Yeah, I know that one. Yeah.
But see, me and Bayan were like, I thought that was to shut her up. And then she's all like,
thought it was to put over
she's
the
all
face.
like, I thought that was to go over my face.
Yeah, she was like, oh, I thought it was to go over the face. I was like, girl, no.
That's attempted murder.
That's what it is.
Right. Okay, what's the knee method?
So apparently it's more known as a method in the lesbian community, but I guess you could do it on anyone. It's when like you're making out and he like nudges his knee up into your up in the middle and it like messes with your clit a little bit, so it like turns you on because the knee's like rubbing on the clit while they're making out with you.
It's almost like scissoring.
kind of, but the guy does it.
Yeah, no, I don't think
Yeah.
I'm okay. Just use your hand or something.
Yeah, that's how I feel about that too. I'm like the knee. It's almost
knee
like
is
they're like
quite-
fucking
it's like really hard, like
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the other one? The tummy. The tummy method.
when you push in, right?
Yeah, when you push it down. Yeah, because it makes you come in faster.
I just do
yeah.
it normal. I don't lean back because I'm not long
Tall
enough,
enough?
to lean back. So if I lean back, I just fall off. Like I just come right back out. You know what I'm saying? There's nothing to like hit the top. You like stay in. You like you come right out.
Okay, so men, what are some advice that you can give to women? Tips to women to enhance their game with their men.
Slow and steady wins the race.
Yep. And at some point, if it gets to that point, grab the toy because it gets tiring
Yes.
too. Like you like, look, if you're just pumping like that for like a good minute, you're tired. You gotta prop yourself up. Grab the toy. I don't care. Grab the toy.
Just give a little assistance.
I'm like, go grab your toy. You better be charged.
Has that ever happened to you? Where
Has it?
not that situation. No, where it died on you.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That happened to me. Oh my god, I was fucking pissed, girl. I was like,
several times.
really? Okay, so mine was like, I think it's happened twice. So the first time it happened, I was like so devastated, and I was like, oh my god, this is happening. And then it happened the second time, and I was pissed. I was like,
Yeah.
how the fuck can this happen?
You know what?
But I always tell him, like, when it happens, I was like, just give it a minute. Just give it a minute. And so we'll do other stuff. And let
yeah.
it charge real quick.
Right.
And then it'll be like, okay, let's go.
They should come out with a wireless charger so you can just put the pad in your drawer and you just toss it in there and it just charges it over.
Yeah.
Trademark that.
Yeah, that's actually a really good idea. Because that's part of the reason why mine can't be charged. It can't be sitting out like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, my
That's why
kids are
people get
always
the-
in my fucking room.
That's why people get like the lipstick so you don't see what it is. You could just,
I
yeah.
like my rose. It's fine.
I love it.
Your eyes lit up. Not the eyes lighting up. Yeah, so.
You know what? I bet I could print a dock for you.
A dock.
Yeah.
For my charging?
Yeah.
You probably
Yeah,
could
yeah.
with your 3D printer.
It's like phone, watch.
How do you search that though?
Rose.
How do you search that?
Oh, no.
Vibrator dock.
Yeah.
Well, it's magnetic for the rose.
True.
So it sits.
So it'd be like, yeah, if there was like a magnetic feature on it with like a charger inside.
I have magnets. I was just playing with some earlier.
Okay, so slow and steady wins the race.
What was the question again?
Advice, sex advice, because this is sex ed for like, what's okay, so what's good head? Like, what are traits of that? What's good? A good trait of writing, in your guys' opinion, obviously, because everybody's different. So,
I would guess that across the board, bad head includes teeth.
okay.
Yep.
So, what are some good traits of head that you each prefer or would suggest to women?
When they do those little tornado things with the tongue,
The tornado.
I don't know, because it feels like a spiral. And I'm just like, stop!
She's turning red.
And a lot of times I'm just like, stop. I'm like pushing down. Like there's like probably like a divot on the bed, you know? Because I'm trying to back away so fast.
She's like, it's too much, it's too much, it's too
Yeah,
much.
it does get sensitive. I mean, I'm telling you.
It's so sensitive.
That's why they say sometimes you just gotta stop. You're like,
Okay, how about you, Vince? So he likes the tornadoes.
I don't know if
Anything
you call that
specific?
tornado.
I mean, that's what we're gonna call it now.
Yeah. Yeah, what else would you call it? Yeah, do the laundry machine. It's like is that another
Like
way of
that's-
saying it? Yeah.
Are you, that what?
I was like, what's the washing machine?
No, I was just,
He was
I
just
was
saying
just
like
saying
that.
it.
Oh, I was like, wait. That's
She's like, this
new?
is a new move I want to learn. What else?
Don't
Just-
forget the balls.
Ooh, that's a good one.
But you know what? I like licking more than the sucking.
Balls. You like licking
Yeah.
balls more.
Yeah. Hey, I'm not gay. I've done that to you 6 times. I didn't like it any of those times. All right. I hated it every time.
I wasn't awake, so that doesn't count.
When I started.
When I started, oh my gosh. Okay.
No, but I'd say that the biggest thing is learn how to communicate, whether it's safe words or just understanding the nonverbal cues and stuff like that.
I like that. Okay, Jasmine, for the women, for the men, whatever, what advice would we give to our fellow women, and what advice would we give to men out there for women?
About
Sex tips
in
and
general.
tricks, advice. Remember, it's sex ed, so.
Well, I mean, you gave them specific like head.
Well,
that's why I
was
was
I was
asking.
prompting them because I was saying what else, and they weren't saying anything. So
Oh, okay.
please
I
say more if you think of other good tips and tricks for our people.
yeah, I would say I don't know. I just feel like with your person, like definitely talk about like what's off limits at first, but once you know, like make sure everything else is game.
I agree with that because just kind of like piggybacking off of that, you don't know what you like until you try it, right? You definitely know what you don't like, so you can
Right.
communicate that, but be open to trying not just like positions, but like places and like
Right.
just, keep it spicy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will say this. There's a time where I thought like spitting in the mouth was so gross. Mm-hmm. But during sex, shit's so sexy.
Well, because when it's your person, it's almost like we already swapped spit when we were fucking making
Well,
out.
hold on. I'm going to tell a story. Sorry, babe, but I'm going to tell a story, okay? When we first met, he told me that we were going to wait 6 months, right? 6 months. He said 6 months. In my mind, I said, okay, bet. Like, we're not waiting 6 months. I don't know what you thought this was, but
trying to
it's,
see what kind of female you
we were hanging out pretty much every day after that. And then by day 5, we had five, okay? We had went to Dave and Buster's during happy hour, and we were just like throwing them back, like the drinks and stuff.
Yeah.
We forgot there was kids at Dave and
Man.
Buster's. I kid you not, like we were walking around, he'd be like, "Open your mouth."
Wow.
I'd be like, I was like, okay.
How many tickets did you win?
None. I don't even remember. We didn't play anything.
No, I'm saying when he made the shot.
Oh yeah, I won all of them. And then we were like, let's just get out of here, and like we didn't even make it to the car. We were in the parking lot, and I was like, let's get in the car, like, cause like he picked me up. We're outside doing the most, so yeah.
Crazy fun time.
I gotta go find that CCTV footage.
I know,
Yeah, you should.
That'd be so funny. if
It's
you put a
pretty
hold of that
bad.
shit. That'd be so funny.
It was pretty bad.
What was the date?
It was pretty
I
bad.
was we might know
I can
security.
find it for you. I can find the date.
Find the date for you.
He's about to on the computer.
No, but I DJ'd with what's his name, Don, who's the general manager of Dave and Buster's.
No way.
Oh, ask him. I want to see it too.
Insert clip. Right. That'd be so funny. Okay, let's see. What is one of the most creative things you've done to impress a partner?
Helicopter.
What?
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold on.
So
Back
mine
up.
was-
You're talking about when guys get out the shower and they do that.
Yeah.
That is not impressive to girls.
Oh, okay. I thought it was.
That's impressive to y'all.
So the doorstop isn't anything for you? Just
Yeah, no.
Stop
Like,
it. That's what I would do. If I
That's
had
not
a-
impressive. I'm like, yeah. I'd be like, all right,
Like,
good job.
What about you? You said the doorstop.
is that not a thing? I'm sorry, it was-
what was the question again?
What is one of the most creative things or sexiest things? Whatever adjective you'd want to describe something that you did to impress a partner.
To impress a partner?
Yes. So, like, you wanted to impress her. So, what's one of the craziest things that you've done?
I guess I tried the helicopter too, but it was like a, but it was an RC helicopter. I mean, it was relatively small.
For some reason, mine was like the back propeller. You know? Yeah.
Exactly.
Wasn't the one on
exactly.
One on top.
the. Yeah.
So,
Or no, actually, no. You guys remember Kids, the movie?
Yeah.
I don't know. Say, refresh my memory.
Like in the end, when he kept on, he smelled this.
It smells like butterscotch.
Oh, okay. I see it in my head.
Remember Harold, the pro skater, when he was in the pool and he was like, "Look at this," and he was like flicking back and forth. And
Yeah.
he was making that sound. I've tried that too. It wasn't as effective as his, but I've been trying to get that smack, that noise. And
It just doesn't reach.
Yeah, so it looks like that doll from like Karate Kid.
Yeah.
I can't.
It's too small. Oh man.
I just get balls stuck to the side, That's all.
That's the best it gets. It's the ball smacking,
Yeah,
not the penis.
yeah, that's it. The water better be warm.
The water better be warm. Oh my goodness.
I mean, the water.
Vince, I know you have a story. What is one of the best things you've done to impress a partner?
I'm quite proud that I was able to recite the entire dialogue of the Mighty Ducks.
During sex?
Well, yeah, led up to that. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, it led up to it.
Mighty Ducks and D2.
Wow.
Yeah. No, I couldn't do all of D2. Sorry.
Yeah. I'm disappointed now.
Mm.
Too bad.
I was able to drift with the front wheel drive car, and she liked it. Well, this was like this was in late '90s, right before Fast and Furious came out, and then I was in my CRX, and it was built, so it
she
was
thought
quick.
It was very cool for you
Yeah.
to.
So
Drift.
yeah, I tried to
Made
impress
her of a
her with
JJ
like
wet.
my driving skills. Kind of worked, because you know where the firehouse is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is when the cops raided it, right? And we blocked it off. So I pulled out one of the dumpsters, and because I have a CRX, I pulled my car into that. Then I closed the gate, and then we had to wait there for a long time.
Wow.
And yeah,
You guys did it?
yep.
Nice. That's pretty impressive.
In a CRX.
That's a good story.
Well, so in the CRX, I don't know if you know this, but the back seats are the same size as the Mitsubishi Eclipse.
Yes.
I used to have that car.
Yeah. So I had back seats in my CRX.
Nice.
Yep.
Most CRXs I knew didn't have the back seat because they had the roll cage. When people upgraded, they put a roll cage, so they had to remove the back seat.
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so no one else has done some crazy shit or has gotten impressive shit done. For them or to
Okay.
them.
Victor doesn't watch the podcast all the time, so I'm going to put him out there. He was,
Victor's his brother, by the way.
yeah. So he, this wasn't for sex. This was just to impress a girl, and he was partnered with this girl, and there was a health class, and he was trying to, they were showing how lungs work or something like that. So he was trying to blow up this balloon, and he was going to impress this girl with his lung capacity by in one breath trying to blow up this balloon.
Did he pass out?
So he took a deep breath, right? And before he could blow into it, he sneezed, and all this mucus got all over the girl that he liked.
He
Yep.
farted.
Right, something.
That's crazy.
Yep. So sorry, Victor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn, we're gonna go up to him and be like handing him a balloon.
The one time Victor watches the podcast.
I know it's gonna be this time exactly. Okay, so how you know how you guys were talking about like communicate, tell your needs, tell your boundaries. What is advice that you could give on how to open up that conversation or how? Because okay, I know obviously during sex like harder, deeper, faster, right? But what about leading up to it, or for people that are not used to talking about that topic? What is your advice for opening up that conversation?
So I told. Okay, I'm not gonna say who. So I told her there's only 4 things I want you to say. It's either faster, slower, harder, softer. And she was like, ooh. And yeah, she let me know what she liked.
So those were the 4 words that she gave you during it. Okay.
Yeah.
You gave her a short perimeter, so
Yeah, well, it was
easy to understand.
Yeah. It was the parameters were very simple, and it was one of those things where she was like, I want to be dominated. I was like, all right, cool.
Nice. Okay. Jasmine?
I think that sex games.
Oh, like electronic battleship.
Oh, that Jenga.
Mm.
I don't think our Jenga was a sex one.
I mean, you get you drunk, so.
Well, I mean,
turns
it gets
into-
you drunk, but I mean, like, the games are like, okay,
Mousetrap.
now take your shirt off. Now kiss for this long, or, you know.
That's a good idea. Like, make it fun to talk about it. Or, like, the question cards, like those kind of
Yeah.
cards, too. So the question was, Kuya, what are ways that you can give advice to people of how to open up the conversation about the boundary? Like, you know, we were saying, like, harder, faster, like, that's all good, too. But what about people that don't know how to open up the conversation? What's a way to, like, put that out on the table and have that talk?
I was gonna
Of
say
your
one more
needs and
thing,
wants.
actually. I suggested that we look for one of those classes, like the bondage classes, because it's more than just like being tied up. It's about trusting
Trust,
your partner,
yeah.
connecting, but also learning to tie somebody up and being like sexual at the same time. So I suggested, let's try one of those classes.
So I've seen one of those classes because they had one of those special events at the club when I was working there, and this is when I found out that BDSM does not stand for Bible discussion social meetups. So, but they do have there are ways to have the
Brother.
You know how awkward I felt with my Bible. But anyways,
This isn't Bible study.
yeah.
That's funny.
I was like, finally, a group that understands me.
Well, remember the barbershop episode, they were calling it Bible study?
Yeah.
I'm like, get the fuck out of here with your shit. Like, no, I mean, the boys meet up for Bible study every week. No, you don't.
Yeah.
But yeah, what were we talking about? I lost the topic already.
That's what we do,
question?
though. What are you talking about?
What?
Bible
You,
study.
it's Bible study at the barbershop?
Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
we worship-
you guys
we
praise the
we
Lord
worship.
at Bible shop? Okay. Or barbershop? Okay.
I was on my knees.
It was Catholic mass.
Okay. What was the question? Oh, the boundaries. You said the games. I liked that suggestion. And then, what did you say?
I didn't say anything. I think you just have to talk. I mean, if your partner is more like on the reluctant side, you just have to be more proactive and be like, I kind of didn't like that, or you got to watch out for that because that's just, like ball play. You guys got to watch out for that because sometimes some girls get too excited and that shit ain't.
And then you squeeze. Oh my god!
Yeah. It's not the best feeling.
This is how you guys open up the topic about sex. You go, did you guys see the last BUplifted podcast episode? And you pull it up and you're like, did you know about all these
There you
things?
go.
And then you start talking about your wants and your needs.
Yeah.
That is the best way
That is the best
to
way.
open up the topic about sex. So I'm just going to end this session right here. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, next question. We only have a couple more left. What is the best compliment you've received during sex?
Woo!
No words, just noises.
Wow, we.
That take a deep breath, like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I would say for myself, that thing wet.
They about to go home and do the thing. Okay?
Wow, this,
I feel it for them. I'm like, all right, let me back up a second.
this is like
here
Dave and
because-
Buster's all over again.
I know, no, seriously. We're just gonna be in the background like, oh,
We're gonna be clean.
It's not awkward.
Guys, we're still here.
I know.
Forget. Hey, we didn't care about kids.
So they didn't give two shits about kids. They're more
just gonna-
easily forget about us.
We're gonna be standing next to him. I'm just trying to say goodbye.
And they're like intense, looking at each other.
Yeah.
We're gonna be cleaning up and go. Where'd they go?
Right.
Oh.
Okay. So what's the best compliment you've received during sex? And it doesn't even have to be about the sex. It could be like, oh my God, Rich, your penis is so small. I love it. You know what I mean? Like, what's the best compliment you've ever
That's
received?
the best small penis I've ever had.
That's Guinness Book Record small, you know?
I didn't
Like-
expect it to work like that.
Right.
I have one.
Okay.
She told me that was the most effort I've ever seen.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's actually is a compliment because
Quite proud of that.
guys can be lazy. It's true. But so can girls.
Yeah.
Because I've heard of them dead fishes too. So it goes both ways.
Yeah.
I mean,
I was
feel
sweating
like
and having an
the
asthma
dead
attack, and I
fish
said
thing-
sorry. But yeah,
I
she
think the dead
appreciated the
fish
effort.
thing is like when like they want it, but you're tired, but you know you should give it. So you're just like, all right, come on.
Yeah, that's true.
So yeah, you know, I'm gonna give it to you, but I'm tired. So come on. Like,
Do you remember the episode that Crispy was on? And he was saying one of the things that he doesn't like about like having sex with like really fine girls is like they think they can just lay there and that's enough of a gift for them, you know? So he was saying that and I was like, oh, that's true. But I am more in the vein of that, you know, like what you said. Cause I'm like, that's weird if you're just laying there, like no effort, like fucking just expecting him to give it to you because you look good, you know, like.
yeah.
Yeah, he was saying that older women try harder because they want to enjoy the experience, whereas like younger women are like, this is a privilege that you get to fuck me, so I'm just gonna lay here. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
I
I
think I've ever been like that.
like
I want to enjoy the experience
right
too.
exactly.
so-
I think that's why he was saying younger, like these young inexperienced.
But I mean, even when I was younger, I wasn't like that.
yeah,
Yeah, I was.
we can't relate.
Yeah, we can't.
We cannot relate.
This new generation, I tell you.
That's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
what I'm saying. Okay. So what is one thing you think everyone should know about safe sex that is often overlooked? So this one's more like a serious question. What's something that you guys think is overlooked when
Wearing
pertaining?
condoms.
Right.
You think it's that simple?
Yeah.
That condoms can break.
Yeah.
Don't just put all your. I mean, put your trust in a condom, of course, but realize that they can break as well.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you guys. But I think I had this conversation with some of the women that I work with about like, you know, the recent what's his name? Anthony Edwards, or like the celebrities that are having sex with these women unprotected and having these kids, and then now like they're going after child support, blah 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 blah. Okay, whatever. I feel like it goes both ways. I feel like a lot of times men are in their mind, they're just like, I hate condoms, I don't want to use condoms, so I'm just gonna do it, whatever. But then they also expect the woman to they basically put in the hands of the woman what they're doing. I feel like both parties need to be safer about this. But then, like we were talking about, they're celebrities. Yeah. So why not protect yourself as a man?
Right. That's
you know what I mean? Because a lot of times these women are looking at you as a paycheck, and that child is their paycheck. So why are you not protecting yourself as a man with condoms, making sure she's safe, maybe
she's clean,
birth control, something before doing.
Make her take a plan B in front of you, like do something. Yep.
Something.
It's true.
Right?
Yeah. Exactly.
Something. I think that irritates me the most. Like I don't understand the logic behind basically I didn't know, or how did this happen? Like what do you mean?
Right. You know how it happened. You just don't want to admit it.
It takes two to tango.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like Nick Cannon and his 9 kids or whatever.
Right.
I think he's 12.
Damn.
He's got so many.
Yeah, but he
surpassed
surpassed the point where he doesn't have to pay child support now.
Really?
If you have a certain amount of kids,
I didn't know that.
You don't have to pay child support.
But then too, with Nick Cannon's different. He wanted those kids, and he told the girls what it was up front. It wasn't like a situation
like an oops
where
kind of thing.
Right. But really, it's not a oops, because I feel like a lot of times these girls are getting pregnant on purpose.
Yeah.
Like there's just no way you're like, and then they tell you up front, I don't want to be a father. I don't want this baby. I don't want. And then you're like, but you're gonna pay me, and it's like. You knew what it was.
Yeah. So the best way to protect yourself, get an NDA. Have them sign it.
I mean, true.
They can still get pregnant.
Right.
Yeah, but if they sign out,
they can't talk about it, but they can still probably get you for child
money.
support.
Right.
Exactly.
The best way is to either protect yourself or not do it at all.
Yeah. It's really that simple. Just protect yourself. Like, don't be stupid. Don't trust no one unless they're your husband, wife. Like, just leave it at that. Be smart.
Sometimes even your husband or wife.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Married for money all the time.
I think another thing too, in addition to that, is don't take it just for what you believe. You know what I mean? Like, there's a lot of people are like, oh, she looks clean, or I know her, she's a good person.
Them be the ones that got the most.
Like you don't really know, and it only takes one, right? Like she can only have 2 partners, but what if one of those is cheating? What if one of those had something? It doesn't mean anything. Like,
but I hear that a lot from guys. Are like, well, she looked clean.
Yeah, that's what I actually
she
heard it more
looks
from
clean,
guys.
so I'm okay being unprotected. But at that point, as a woman, why are you okay with it being unprotected? You don't know this person.
Exactly,
Like,
that's true.
I don't get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, because I've heard that a few times, like in like circles of people talking. They're like, "Oh, she or he, they're clean," or "I know them. They don't be like that. They're not hoeing like that," Right. And it's like,
even with like my exclusive partners, I didn't just put all my trust into them that they were gonna make sure we were safe. I'm on birth control too. Like, I'm not playing no games with y'all. And I'm getting tested before, after, during, so yeah, you gotta protect yourself.
Yeah, agreed. Do you have anything to add, Kuya? Okay. Okay, here we go. Last 2 questions, and they're like fun ones. If you could invent a silly but useful sex toy or gadget, what would it be, and what would it look like, and what would it do?
I just said the
I think
charging
they're all
pad.
invented.
My sex toy would look like that Bop It. Multiple.
Oh, it's not like different that's you need to patent that shit. That's actually really smart. Oh my god.
Like a hammer on one hand.
He was like, "Oh,
like
I'm
a
done with this
dildo,
one.
you,
Let
like,
me
switch
turn
it
to
around,
that. Oh, I'm done with this one. Let me. Okay.
Oh, and then you press it and you do all the things.
Yeah.
With the,
Thank you.
that's fucking smart. I like that. Okay. Vince, you have what would your gadget be, and how would it work?
I don't know. I haven't
You haven't thought of one yet?
Yeah, I haven't thought of one.
How about you, Rich? Any thoughts?
Yeah, my charging pad, my
Oh
universal
yeah, we
charging
just talked
pad.
that. That's actually
Yeah.
really smart. You're gonna invent
Wireless
that now.
charging pad for toys.
Wireless. They need that
Yeah,
for
wireless,
sure.
wireless pad.
I like that.
I'm gonna probably make like toys that look more like everyday use items.
Oh, they do.
So when your kids come, like, oh yeah, that's just a remote or something. But
Let me. I have a story about
This
that.
is my lipstick.
yeah,
So one morning I woke up.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Was it your watch? Oh no, my daughter has an Apple Watch, right? And we're up getting
That's creative. Okay.
my daughter has an Apple Watch.
Where's this
We're-
going, and how do I download that app?
and we're up getting ready for school or whatever, and she was like, I'm waiting for my Apple Watch to charge. I'm like, okay, whatever, blah blah blah. She was like, it's not working, it's not turning on. And I was like, okay. So I go in the kitchen and I look at the charger. It's my Rose charger that she put her. I sent him a picture so quick. I was like, you need to change chargers. This one doesn't work.
I'm returning it to Amazon.
Right. Like, this is a bad one. Like,
Okay, so
That you said return it to Amazon because we had to order a charger from Amazon for the Rose as well.
yeah. Because I lost it and I was so mad.
So I have one that's even more disturbing, right? So my toy before, like a long time ago, when I still lived with my parents, was like the ones that look like a massager,
Oh, okay.
right? Obviously, it was like for there was a vibrator, right? And you know, I used that shit. Like, and one day I came home and my mom was like, anak, my neck is hurting, you know, and she's massaging her neck with my fucking vibrator, and she was like, how come it's not?
Oh my
Like,
God.
it's not feeling well. It's not getting better. And I'm
Right.
like, I think it's broken, Mom. You just give it back to me. Just give
it to me.
Give it to me.
Where'd you find this?
Yeah, literally, I was like, just give it back to me. That's not the right one. I'm gonna get you the better one. You know, she was just like, and I'm just like watching her rub it on her neck. I was like, oh my God, I was mortified because A, why the fuck are you in my drawer?
Right.
And B, no, you know,
Wrong
like
one.
that's wrong one, dude. Exactly. Like, thank God I'm a clean person, and it was like clean and shit, because that would have been extra disturbing. But I was like,
Right.
God
But-
damn, I was not expecting that when I walked in the door from work. You know, I was like, oh, what are you doing, Mom? Yeah, what you doing over there?
So after
Right.
that, every time you use it, you hear your mom, and the knock is not
Oh,
working.
yeah. We gotta
Oh,
get new
don't
toys.
tell me that.
You gotta get new toys. Sean.
No, I
Yeah.
did. I did. I
Yeah.
actually did. I had to. I couldn't after that. I had to get a new one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I fucking tossed that shit away. I was like so mortified. I was like, oh my God, hell no. Okay. Did everyone answer their sex toy gadget?
I can't think of anything.
Yours is my favorite one. I like that one. That's
Bop it.
smart. I know. I'm like, you need to make that so that people can purchase it as myself. Like,
Right. I wouldn't even know. I think there's so many sex toys out there that we don't know about that have already been made.
but if you could make yours, what would it do?
Everything?
Everything.
Everything.
It's like
It'd
a
be cool if
rose.
there was like a
rose
VR
with,
like motion capture.
They,
Like,
but they
you can have a
already
long
have
distance
that. That's what
relationship.
I'm
The rose?
saying. They
they
have
have
the
that?
They got
rose
that,
with the penis.
It was actually a movie about that. The VR, like virtual reality, whatever. And it was I can't remember his name, but it was we watched it a long time ago.
But is there a movie about it and there's a product that's like that? Because
I
there's
don't know if there's a product about it, but I know
Yeah.
it's a movie about it. Yeah.
because like look at like Star Wars, they were the first ones to have the communicators, and then later on we had
gotcha.
like cell phones and stuff.
Gotcha.
You know, so is it just something that was in a movie and it
To
hasn't
my
been
knowledge, it's
invented?
just a movie. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, just a movie. Yeah.
So
because
you
it'll be
invent that.
it would be cool if there was like a motion capture. You know, like if we had like some kind of like a
Apparatus.
yeah, and then just VR.
They kind of already have that. It's like it's like this virtual reality thing, but you stick your dick in this thing, and it'll pulsate the same way that the video's going.
Gotcha.
Oh,
Yeah,
really?
but see, I'm thinking of an interactive, like a co-op thing.
No, they have that too.
I know there's like
We
that
could video
that,
call.
that wireless, like the female put it inside them, and the man controls or your partner
Yeah.
controls
Yeah, like in the middle of the mall.
something like
Panties.
I mean, we can get
No,
some- we
because
can
you
get some
know what? I
VRs
feel
and-
like
You would turn it on high.
right, just because.
But what guy wouldn't do that? Let's
Right,
keep it real.
exactly.
Every guy
In
would
the,
do
in the
that.
middle of the
That shit's
podcast.
funny.
Absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah.
We should do a podcast like that where we're all wearing one and our dudes
Yeah,
are
we gotta
they're
gut-
controlling it while we're doing the podcast.
We got to get new chairs, like Symbians. Get some Symbians up in this.
Well, y'all could do that, and then the men
have to ask-
we wear like the pregnancy.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. We should do
how it
that.
feels to have a contraction.
That'd be crazy. The one where you turn up the knobs. Oh, that's
Why are they the only ones
that.
that get to have fun?
that's true. We are having so much
Yeah.
more fun if
Because
you
I'm
do
not
that.
putting nothing inside me.
Okay, last question to close. If you were a sex superhero, what would your superpower be?
And what would your name be?
And yes, and that too. I like that. What's your superpower name? Your superpower and wait, what was the other question?
I got it.
Okay.
Soul Snatcher.
Okay. That would be the name.
Describe
And-
the snatch part.
Oh, I give the best head.
Oh, you
Okay,
snatch
so that's-
souls that way.
I snatch souls.
Ooh, that's
Yeah.
kind of
You see, like, the
sexy. I
spirit
like
coming
that.
Yeah.
What is the movie where they?
And what happens to you every time you get more soul
I get more powerful.
Okay.
Oh damn!
Like the
Yeah.
Fountain of Youth too. You get more
Yes.
glorious and beautiful. Okay,
Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
I don't know how we're gonna top that one. Okay, Soul
I'll be
Snatcher.
called. I'll be called Form Fit.
You fit inside of me.
Exactly the same
I'll
way.
fit like they. Just how you like it. Call me. I am Form Fit.
What would your costume look like?
Huh?
What would your costume look like?
I don't know. I got to think about that.
Do you have a cape?
No, I don't have a cape.
Okay, no cape.
I draw a lot of superheroes.
But that would probably be a really good one. Like you form to any vagina you want.
Right.
That would be.
Like the perfect fit for her.
Perfect fit.
That hits her spot every single
You're like, oh,
time.
you think that's big? Boom. Like, yeah.
Oh, going back to the myths real quick when he said that, another myth I just thought about that girls want like huge penises.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That is a myth.
no. That's
Yes.
what can you do?
Well,
with,
I mean,
they have to be a
like,
good size.
Yeah, average size 6 to 8.
Yeah, exactly.
Right,
6 to 8.
but we're not. We're
6
talking
to 8
about
centimeters.
No.
I'm in.
6 to 8 is not
And,
average
like,
size. Come
in a
on
good
now.
average
No.
size. That
6 to 8 is not average size.
No,
6 to 8 is average.
Hey,
is
6 to
actually
8.
the
I'm
average size
Asian.
of a
I'm
penis is
measuring in
actually five.
metric. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because
no.
you know. No, yeah,
Sitting next to a Filipino, I keep hitting your husband. Like, I'm so sorry.
No,
That's how I laugh. I'm sorry.
No, like
Because you
absolutely
look at
not.
the percentage of men, right? Like, what's the percentage of men that are 6 feet? They're like
Yeah.
1%. Like, yeah, so
Yeah.
you're looking at everybody.
You got lucky, bitch. Shut
Yeah.
up.
I did.
5'7" is like the average height. So you look at 5'7" and below, then you get that size.
Oh, you
Yeah.
get the
Yeah.
5 inches. Okay.
You watch too much porn.
No,
No, do you see her 1% standing right next to her? Hello.
sorry.
Yeah.
Hello.
She's gone off of
Hey,
her
you're not
knowledge.
welcome here anymore.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is like those like mandingos.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Oh yeah, like
yeah,
they
yeah,
fucking,
yeah.
it's like an arm coming out of their goddamn.
Yeah,
hell no.
Women do
Yeah.
most women because what am I gonna do
With all
after
of
you?
that.
What am I gonna do? Like you didn't messed up everything.
Reconstructive surgery. Your nerve
I
endings
tore
are
this
all
whole
worn
place
out.
What am I supposed to do after?
You're like,
It's that part.
well, that's
yeah.
why a lot of those girls actually in porn, they lose feeling eventually as they go because
Yes.
Yeah.
it's just that again all that
Yeah.
usage
Yeah.
and stretching and
Yeah.
I really
makes
thought
sense.
average was 6 to 8. Whoa.
Girl, that's the word.
That's your average, okay?
My average is probably more than 6 to 8.
I mean, I'm average on a curve, you know.
Hey, we like curves.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good one too.
A curve.
The curves.
Yes, I love me a good
So wait,
curve.
is this 6 to 8? Is that with stretching and exaggeration?
What? No, that's
No, she wants that legit.
Is that during a cold day or a hot day?
How much
is there an
editing can I do?
extendo.
Is that
Vince,
pre or
what
post
about you?
circumcision?
What is your superhero power?
No, I thought we're. Oh, okay, my bad. I thought we were giving sizes here. So okay, never mind. I don't know.
Jasmine done fucked it up by giving her
was a good
super sexy,
Yeah.
really good one.
So,
Just see this.
Right?
Yes.
And I just see her hair like, yes, I'm another fucking notch hotter guy.
the guy just prunes. And then when she does this, she gets up and his like face like I'm out of skin. Like Freddy Krueger. Like Freddy Krueger. She's like, I'll snatch your soul. And there's like all these dudes like, let me out.
He's gonna write a comic book about this character,
should.
the
Nice.
Soul Snatcher.
The soul.
Well, that's my next comic book. It'd be like, nobody's
That's what
gonna
I'm
know.
saying.
Why is Jasmine Soul Snatcher? We gotta watch the episode.
It's a bunch of dicks all over them.
Hey.
And she's in the middle of like the dick
Right.
collage.
Right.
This would be a pop-up comic book.
It could be.
Dude, that'd be so funny.
Down for that.
How yeah.
Yeah.
And then he's like the winner in the background.
Right.
Dun, 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 and he's behind her.
I'm seeing.
You know, like in the movie Hercules, where he goes down into the souls.
Yes.
And then he saves the girl, and then he.
Yes.
Yeah, that's
See, you guys need to be that for Halloween next year.
they won't even know. I'm gonna get something that says soul snatch.
And he's gonna say snatch. Right.
Yeah. Then the hero, because you can be a villain, obviously, because so like, oh, that's a level 11 Soul Snatcher. You're like,
It's like the Dragon Ball.
Yeah. You're like, I'm
Power
only
level.
tier 1. I have one dick.
Did you think of one, Vince?
Oh man. Can I just be a crime fighter?
No.
Wait. Okay. Wait. Okay. So I'll be like a crime fighting vigilante, right? But the more I go down on a girl, the better my kung fu gets.
Oh.
So I'll know like tung fu, right?
Right.
And I could
But
be
also
like,
your kung fu gets better.
yeah, I'll be like tung fucius.
Oh.
Does that work?
I like it. Okay.
All right. Cool.
We need to do a comic book with all of these characters.
I'm thinking
in
about
it.
like the story arc for Vince. It'd be like 30 years and he's still level 1.
Okay, sir. How about you?
Wow. Let's see.
He's the arch nemesis of the Soul Snatcher.
Because I like I like, what was yours? The
mold something.
yeah,
Form fit.
Form
Form
fit.
fitter.
Form fit.
I'm form fit.
I'll be form lick.
Okay.
Oh, Venom.
Like a snake. She got excited. I saw it in her eyeballs. And then what would your like name be?
Taste your cervix.
Oh, you just said it. What would your costume look like? You look like this. Cowboy.
Yeah.
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 He's like, I can taste your cervix from
Walking there
here.
talking about howdy.
Yeah, exactly. That's how I pictured it. And she's like, what? I'm going to snatch your soul, cowboy.
No, you should have been the whisperer. Yeah, with your voice.
The whisper.
They're doing it right now, guys. Cut the shit right now. We have to go. They're about to start making out.
I think
He's going to tell her to spit in his mouth.
Soul Snatcher and Form Lick. What is it? Form Flick?
No, form fit.
Form fitting.
No,
form
you're,
fit.
you're
No, form lick.
Oh, mine
Form
the
lick.
whisper.
no the one
Form
before.
lick.
Form Lick.
Yeah.
Oh, form
Yeah.
lick, yeah.
I think that's your weapon to keep her away.
Combat the
stay away. You're fine. She's like, you're like the whole battle is like, just trying to keep her
Aren't you
away.
inspired? You should make a comic book.
I'm kind of scared of this though, because if she be snatching souls and then he's the hero, how does he get them back?
The souls? He doesn't.
Hey, brother.
No,
Hey, brother. Hey, brother.
that's what the lick's for.
Yeah, but you're getting back men. That's what
Yeah.
he's trying to say.
Yeah.
Nah, that's what I say, brother.
Yeah,
Ah,
Yeah, you gotta do your own thing.
you absolutely
You gotta do your own thing. That's funny.
Yeah.
or you could just you're immune to her because you can give your soul infinite times.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's a good one. Okay.
But it's like her quest to take mine, but I'm not
Yeah.
yeah.
This story unfolding is getting
Yeah,
more and
you
more
can have
interesting.
you
I
can
like
have
this
multiple
comic book.
soulgasms.
Yeah.
Soulgasm.
She's like met her match. Like
Yeah.
I can't get his. Like for some reason, and it's just
And
Yeah.
that's
And
crazy.
you
And
just
that would make me so upset
yes.
because
filled with
what you mean I
rage.
can't snatch your soul.
Filled with rage.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like,
then in the
it's just
back,
this
then when you
constant
when you
back
walk
and
into
forth.
a room, the Soul Glow song plays.
So cool.
Oh my.
Editor, add that clip into.
All right, so if we have any writers, you could write down the script for this,
yeah.
and I'll illustrate it.
No, for real, let's do that. He's one of the best artists you'll ever meet. So
That'll be
do
dope.
that. So, have you seen any of the comic book characters of like?
No.
I'm gonna show you after. I'll show you. But yeah, I thought he was joking when he was like, "I drew those. That's how good they are." I was like, "No, you didn't." He's like, "No, I did for real." I was like,
Wow.
No, that's like fakesies. Who did that for real?"
Pixies. I was bored one night.
No, and then I found out it was him, and I was like, "Oh shit, you're like a really good artist." Yeah. So we'll show them. You can. I know you're already like thinking about how you're gonna draw Soul Snatcher and Form Liquor or whatever.
Snow's actually.
We used to design albums too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like see.
Cover
Like,
art and stuff.
yeah.
this is
That's dope.
It was stupid.
Oh my gosh, it's gonna be something dumb.
best one right here.
Stop it
All
right,
right.
now.
I drew that with no hands.
And on that note,
With no hands. It's
No
crazy.
hands.
and on that note,
Yeah, so if you're
Wait,
watching
and
this
I could've
2025
sworn
or
I seen
after,
baby
then-
oil in here.
there
Yeah,
was
it's
baby
over
oil in
there.
here. It's over there.
Yeah.
yeah. So if you guys are watching this,
Damn.
2025,
Sorry.
yeah, consent is the biggest thing for.
that is the
Absolutely.
Sex.
biggest piece of
Yeah,
advice.
absolutely.
Consent for sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
Consent, please. And her being drunk
consent
is
all the
not
way through.
consent.
Yes, her being drunk is not consent for sure. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in. We hope you had some fun on this episode. I know we did. We had lots of laughs.
Yeah.
Thank you so much to both of you for guesting today.
Of course.
And being open to talk about all these crazy things with us. And I think that's it. Does anyone
Yeah.
else have anything else to say?
Oh, do you want to plug anything like?
Oh,
where
yeah.
people can
Shout
find
out
you and
people
stuff?
or, plug anything.
Yeah.
You can
There you
find-
go with the voice.
You can find me and my soul.
Right.
Where can they find you, babe?
No,
Well,
you keep-
people know
no, keep saying-
already. I am Jazzy_Faith20 on Instagram. I do makeup, and that's all I'm doing right now. When I do a little bit more, I'll plug myself in. But right now, it's just those
Little something.
little something.
You can find me at Inky2Easy on Instagram. Pretty much all we do is travel and a lot of our bikes. So,
And I be seeing y'all's comments.
because the comments are on.
Yeah, it's okay.
But apparently we don't comment.
No, you guys don't.
Yeah.
I do.
Oh yeah, she does.
Thank you. All right, you guys, thank you again so much for tuning in, and we will catch you on the next one. Bye. Good job, guys.
I am form fit.